the class. Dear students, in the previous class we are discussing about one of the important grammatical aspect called articles and prepositions, and also we come to know about the importance of English language in the current world. Okay, today we shall continue the grammatical aspect articles. The same chapter we shall continue today. Already we come to know that there are three articles. Articles are three articles, in, and, the. These three are called articles, and here we can see the divisions too. One is the indefinite article, and another one is definite article. Here the first indefinite article a and are called indefinite article. A and an are called indefinite articles, and the another second one definite article. The is called definite article. And also we come to know about, already we came to know about the indefinite article, about the use of and. One of the indefinite article and. Here this and it is used before some of the vowel words. Before the vowel sounds we are going to use the indefinite article called and. For example, here in the English we can call 5 important vowels, that is a, e, I, O and U. And before such a vowel sounds, before such a vowel words, we are going to use the indefinite article called and. Then here the another indefinite article, use of another indefinite article called a. Here this one, it is used before the general things. It is another indefinite article a. It is used before the general things. For example, before the names, before the place, and before the things. And also we can say here before the some of the singulars, before some of the what the countable nouns. We are going to use the another indefinite article called a. And here this indefinite article a, usually grammatically we are using or we are pronouncing this as a. Here we can say a, but grammatically we are going to use in the articles it as a. And here this a or this a, usually it talks about the person or the thing. It talks about the person or the thing before and it is unknown to the when it is unknown to the listener. So we can take an example here. Indefinite article a. Indefinite article a. This is used before or it talks about the person or the thing which is unknown to the listener. So we are going to use the article called a. And the another definite article the. Another definite article the. It is used or it talks about the person or the thing when it is known to the listener. We can take an example just for grown big. Here, the same tree we are referring and we use the definite article called the. So this is an example and it shows the difference between the use of indefinite article and the definite article. It shows the difference between the use of indefinite article and the use of the definite article called the. Okay, then we will move towards the next point, use of the use of no articles. And sometimes we are not going to use any articles in such of the words and all. Then we'll come to the point now. Use of no article. Use of no articles. Use of no articles. Use of no articles. And before some important situations, we are not going to use any articles, whatever it may be, a, and, or the. We are not going to use sometimes some situations. We are not going to use any articles. For example, the first thing it is before the we generalize with plurals and uncountables. Plurals and uncountables. We are not going to use any articles. For example, just I will write it here. Some of the sentences which shows the plurals and uncountables. Dolphins are very intelligent. Dolphins are very intelligent. The first sentence. And the second sentence, teachers should be friendly to students. Friendly to. In the second sentence, teacher should be friendly to students. And the third one, before the names of people. Before the names of people. Before the names of people and before some places. Before some places, we are not going to use any articles. And the next thing, before some of the names of games. Before the names of games. And before the languages. Before the names of games and before the languages, we are not going to use any articles. And the last one, before some of the fixed situation. Before some of the fixed situations, we are not going to use any article. We will see the examples here. Names of people. Here before the names of people. For example, Sita, Ramesh. For example, the name Richard. And before such a names of people, we are not going to use any articles. And some of the places. Before the names of places. For example, and there are some exceptions too. And before some of the places, we are going to use the definite article called the. Okay, that we will see it later. But here, before some of the places, we are not going to use any article. For example, Mumbai, New Delhi, and Canada. Whatever it is. So before the names of some places, we are not going to use any articles. Mumbai, New Delhi, Canada. And it is about the names of people and names of some places. We are not going to use any articles. And then names of games, names of the games. For example, golf, chess, and cricket. Before the names of games, we are not going to use any articles. It may be a, an, or the, whatever it is. And before the names of languages, before the names of languages too. For example, Hindi, Arabic, French. Here, before the names of languages too, we are not going to use any articles. Then the third point, before some of the fixed situations and before some fixed expressions. Before some fixed expressions, we are not going to use any articles. For example, here I will write it here at home, at work, at college, at school, and some of the others at noon, at night. Here, before such situations, before such expression, we are not going to use any articles. And some of the others too. Before some expressions like travel by bus, car, travel by We shall move towards the next point. Here the use of the article in definite article called the. Use of definite article. Use of definite article the. Use of definite article called the. Here already we know that before or the definite article the, it talks about the person of the thing and which is known to the listener, So the definite article, there are some rules where we are going to use the definite article called the. We'll discuss now. The first thing, the use of article the. For example, the first one before the words of universal thing. What? Universal things. Before the words of universal things, we are using the definite article called the. For example, universal things, and we can call it as a unique things, universal truth, and also we can call it as a permanent thing also. Here, before the universal things or universal truths, we are going to use the definite article called the. For example, the sun, the moon, the sky, the earth, the truth. Before such universal truths, before such universal or unique things, before permanent things, we are going to use the undoubtedly, we are going to use the definite article called the. This is the first point, and the next, before the epics, before the name of the epics, before the names of the epics, we are going to use the definite article called. Here the epics are what we are going to call. It is some great works, the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, and the Iliad, the Odyssey. Here, before such epics, what we call it as a great works, and we are going to use the definite article called the. Then the next point. Before the musical instruments. Before the names of the musical instruments. For example, the flute, the piano, the violin. In such, before the words of musical instrument, before the musical instruments also, we are going to use the definite article called the. Okay, dear students.